Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ivy and I'm a YouTuber and makeup artist based in Asaba, Delta State, Nigeria. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my updated foundation routine, like teaching you some tips and tricks that I have incorporated into my foundation routine. Okay, now if this is a content you would like to see, then please keep on watching. And while you are at it, please subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red button underneath this video and like this video. It helps. And most importantly, just drop a comment in the comment section. If you don't have anything to say, just say hello and I'll see you after the intro. So guys, to begin this tutorial, I'm just going to be priming my face with my Huda Beauty Matte Perfection Pro makeup base, which looks just like this. While majority of the products I use in this video are going to be Juvia's Place products, every single product I use in this video will not be solely Juvia's Place. So I'm just going to rub this in. And then give it some time to dry. The next thing I'm going to do right now will be to color correct using my Juvia's Place foundation stick in the shade Tunisia. I like to color correct underneath my eye right here and around my mouth, and then this area where I have scars. I know that the Juvia's Place foundation is a full coverage foundation, but I just feel like if I don't do this step by color correcting, I can still see some shadows underneath my makeup. You don't have to do this step, but it creates a world of difference. Some people do this with orange corrector, and I do that at times, but of recent I've just been loving just Juvia's foundation stick to color correct. Okay, having done that, I have two foundations here from Juvia's Place, Togo 210 and Kenya 200. The Juvia's Place I am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation. I think I will use Kenya 200. So I'm just going to dot that over my face. And this foundation a little bit goes a long way, like a long way. Gone are the days of applying loads and loads of foundation like cakey face. Cakey face has no place in 2022. Taking my Juvia's Place concealer in number 10, I'm going to be applying my concealer. Now this is where I think I've really made a change or a difference in how I apply my concealer. Previously I used to like to just slither underneath my eye with concealer, but these days my technique has changed. Okay, so what I normally do is I just dot this right here and here, and I just put this line here, and that is it. That is all I do. This just helps to lift my face when I'm done blending. I apply this down the bridge of my nose and a very little bit on my forehead and chin, as you can see. And then I give it some time to dry out, like get a bit tacky before I blend. That way I'm assured of like full coverage from the concealer. Blending out now using my beauty sponge, and I try not to exceed this line right here, like where my brows end. This place, try not to exceed there. I turn the back of my beauty sponge and I use it to blend it out some more. Like blending is key, guys. Blend, blend, blend till it looks somewhat like this. And then I am going to go into contour. Where is my contour? Yep, found it. So I'm taking my Juvia's Place foundation stick in the shade Katsina and this angled brush from Royal Cosmetics Connection, and I am just going to do it like this. Just you can see the product is on the brush, and then I am going to stamp it. See, when you do it, sucking your cheek like this, and see that somewhat natural contour that I have here. I'm just going to follow that outline. And do same for the other side. And then I'm going to blend out. But this is where my another change has been made. I blend upwards now. I no longer blend downwards, because previously I used to blend it down and then it just made my face like drop. But now when I blend it upwards, when I'm done, you will see the difference in the shape of my face. Also going to apply whatever is left on the brush on my forehead. And then I'm going to pinch the brush like this with my fingers and apply whatever is still on the brush to the sides of my nose. It helps with a subtle nose contour. You can see how it just shaped my nose. Right, now I'm going to go back to my foundation brush. I'm not adding any additional product, and I'm just going to use it to marry the highlighting concealer and the contour so that there are no harsh lines. You can see Then we are going to set, but before we do that, we are going to go back into our beauty blender. We're not adding any additional product, and we are going to blend out underneath the eye some more, because the time we used to do the other steps, the eye must have creased a little bit, and if you don't blend out these creases, you end up setting them. Taking our Juvia's Place I Am Magic setting powder in the shade Kalahari, we are going to set our eye now. And what I like to do, I like to set before I bake. So you see, when I pick up this powder with my beauty sponge, you see how much of a product is there. What I like to do, I like to tap it into the cap of the powder, and then tap it off some more on my hand. You can see how much product is coming out, and then I set. It's always important to set before you bake, because if you go in with like a ton of powder, it ends up not setting your concealer in place. I repeat the same step for the other eye. And now I'm going to go into bake. And these days, while baking, I don't use like a ton of powder, and I also try to make sure that I tap off every excess. So whenever I'm working, I'm always having the lid of the setting powder within arm's reach. And that is it. That is exactly how much I am baking. I no longer previously I used to go in like 3 or 4 times and put layers upon layers, but these days I just stick to this, and that is it. I'm going to bake the bridge of the nose to help my nose highlight pop some more. I'm going to set my brows as well, just lightly, just tapping so that it doesn't move the brows. And then taking my Juvia's Place bronzer palette in deep dark, I am going to contour my nose with this shade right here, and then my cheekbones with this one right here. I know some of you might be wondering why I have not applied my face powder yet, but what I like to do is to apply my face powder after bronzing or contouring. It just helps everything to blend better. And you can notice as I'm patting this in, I'm just patting it in, I'm blending it upwards. I am not blending it downwards. It's going to help to lift my face. And something I also started doing, and I started to contour my chin, like right underneath here, like this. And I like to blend my nose contour downwards into the highlight. As you can see, well done. So what I would typically do at this point would be to dust off the bake underneath my eye, because I don't like to bake for too long. And then you can see how chiseled my face looks like. You can see what I'm doing. I am patting in and dusting off, and then I pat in and then I dust off. That's the motion I like to use. I don't just like to dust off. I pat in and then I dust off. But if, like today, I did my eyeshadow before my powder, but if I had done like my face before my eye makeup, what I would do, the first motion I would do would be to sweep off every fall off I got from the eyeshadow application. Swipe once, swipe twice, and then I start this patting and swiping motion. So you can see it's blending everything into the skin. And then once we apply our face powder, it will help to blend everything in better. Taking my Zaron ZZ35 mattifying powder, I am going to set my face makeup. I'm not going to set on top of the contour. I'm just going to set underneath the contour with powder, my chin, and the rest of my face. Then after setting my face makeup, whatever is left on the powder brush, I will not add any additional product. I take over the contour. Taking a smaller beauty sponge, I'm going to go over into my same face powder and use it to reverse contour. I don't like to use the very light powders because I don't like the look it gives. When I use my exact face powder, it's easier to blend out and it doesn't give that very sharp definition. So the face is coming together nicely. We are still going to go back in to blend a bit more later. But what we're going to do now is that we are going to apply our blush. And for blush today, I'll be using the Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 1, which looks just like this. I'm going to be mixing these two shades, this orange and this shade together, and applying, just tap off every excess and apply. Previously I used to smile to apply my blush, but I noticed that whenever I stop smiling, it brings down, lifts down my face. It's hard to explain. So what I do now is that I take the blush and I follow the apples of my cheek here and take it upwards, almost in a similar line as we applied the contour, and then I pick up some more blush and apply on the other side. You can see I don't take the blush upwards, I don't take the blush backwards, I just concentrate it on the apple of my cheek. Mind you, don't go too close to the nose. The rule of thumb is to leave like 2 fingers between the side of the nose and where your blush ends, comes in here. And I'm just going to keep on tapping this until I am happy with how it's looking. And if it feels like the blush is too much, which it's looking like it is, I am going to go back to my face powder. That red is really overpowering the look. I'm going to go back to my face powder and then take a bit of that powder on my blush brush and use it to mute down the blush. You can see it just muted everything. You can still see the blush, but it's looking more natural now. Okay, having done that, we are going to, let me get my highlighter brush. We are going to be going in with this highlighter, this shade Zara right here, and applying that on the highest point of our cheeks right here. Ooh, keep that glow. And you can see I am applying in almost like a zigzag manner, and I like to use a small brush to do this because I have large pores like around this area, and I really do not like the highlighter to get to that area. I'm also going to hit this underneath my brow bone and my cupid's bow, and then I'm going to take a little bit more on the brush, dust off the excess, and just hit along the bridge of my nose. Having done that, we're going to go back in with our powder brush without adding any additional product and just start tapping. We are not doing anything, we are not swiping, we are just tapping. We're just tapping, blending down our neck, blending into our ears, the forehead, just in tapping motions. And then we are going to be setting our face. I'm using my Beauty by AD Body Fix, and I'm just going to spritz that, covering my eye, all over my face. So guys, I just went ahead to smoke out my lower lash line and also to apply a little bit of mascara, and this is the finished look, like my updated foundation routine. This is my current 2022 step. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned my new tips and tricks, like how I currently do my makeup. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my very next video. Bye guys.